Hey guys, welcome back with another video, and today we're going to be doing another tier list. This tier list is dedicated for all of the 2025 action games that I've reviewed or have done Let's Plays for. Again, if you have any disagreements, be civil about it in the comments, and or I will just simply not care, because I do not put up with any of that shenanigans. So, that being said guys, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and make sure you use my affiliate link in the description box below. Let's get it. We're going to start off with the first Berserker Kazan. I think first Berserker Kazan is okay. I'm stuck between just okay or amazing. And the reason why I say that is primarily because a lot of the bosses are either gimmicky, very tanky, and has like very cheesy attacks that do a lot of damage, and or like the boss arenas, like for example, Hismar is like very annoying and preventing me from like doing brutal attacks and stuff like that. So that's part of the reason why I want to put this in amazing. I also feel like the game is it overstays its welcome. After I got done defeating Hismar, apparently I gotta find a tool, like a chain or something, before I could do the final mission, which in my opinion is very aggravating, because I'm almost done with this game, but like I gotta go out of my way to get something before I can fight the final boss, the Master of Chaos. So I think I'm gonna put the first Berserker Kazan in amazing. It's a really good game. The combos are very satisfying, but it falls short when it comes to the length of the game and when it comes to bosses. Like, I think the only two bosses I really enjoyed was one of the beginning bosses, Viper, and the Princess Ilia, or whatever her name is. She was also really fun to fight. So I'll just place the first Berserker Kazan in amazing. Black Myth Wukong. Now, I haven't finished this game yet, obviously, but however, I want to say that the music is amazing, and the game is very satisfying when it comes to using different spells, like with the clones, the iframing, the dodge mechanics. Very fun. The game runs really smoothly on Xbox, and the boss fights, I don't really have much complaints. I think there's like only a couple boss fights so far in the first chapter that I really found annoying. But I'm not even done with the game, and I can already say that this game is a masterpiece. It's so good. It's so good. And the game is beautiful for an action game / Souls-like. So I place this in Masterpiece. I don't know how many I'll place in Masterpiece, but so far, Black Myth Wukong, in my opinion, deserves Masterpiece. Really good game. I can't wait to finish it. Blasphemous. I think this game is really good. Unfortunately, YouTube does not like me playing this game, apparently. Apparently it's too graphic for them. It's big Sag. But I think for a Metroidvania game, this game is really good. I'm stuck between amazing or just okay with this one. The side-scrolling elements are very fluid and smooth. I think the music's just okay, but when it comes to the combat, I really liked the parry system when I did my first impressions of the game. My Let's Try. However, I do think when it comes to skill ceiling, that tutorial boss was just like kind of a pushover. So whenever I'm rating these action games, I'm probably going to be including the skill ceiling when it comes to some of these bosses and the enjoyment I have behind them. Like even like the second boss I fought in that deep area, they weren't really that tough. So this is my personal opinion. I think it's just okay. That's my spot for Blasphemous. Now, Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. I think this game is just okay. I love the Ninja Gaiden series, don't get me wrong, but my complaint with this game is that they never fix the gimmick that is the final boss. The final boss is so aggravating. I think it took me almost an entire another hour before I actually defeated the final boss. And then, not to mention, when it comes to like the actual skill ceiling of the game, this is just the same. This is not even the original Ninja Gaiden 2. This is just the nerfed down version of Ninja Gaiden 2. I like the game is really fun. It definitely performs way better compared to the original and the nerf version. I can't remember the name of the nerf version of the game, and why I keep saying nerfing is because they lowered the monster and enemy density in Ninja Gaiden 2. They even lowered how much damage some of these monsters and bosses do. So that's why this is a nerfed down version of the game. I will say, the game performs really well. It's really good. I highly recommend checking it out if you haven't already. But like, for example, the infamous stairway. In the original game, the infamous stairway was basically, oh my god, oh my lord, like, the frame rates would drop so much that it was almost unplayable in today's standards. But they fixed that. So, but overall, when it comes to action, this game is really good. But I plays it just okay because the final boss really made me rage. Doom the Dark Ages. I think the game is between amazing or just okay. I actually would say that it's better than almost better than Ninja Gaiden 2. No, I wouldn't. Actually, I'd play Ninja Gaiden 2 before Blasphemous, just because based off the type of game. I think Doom the Dark Ages is just okay, and the reason why I say that, the beginning parts of the game felt really fun, but as soon as I got to the end parts of the game, I was so unbelievably disappointed, like, with the boss fights with, like, Cthulhu, even, like, Azarak, I think that's the final boss's name. He was very disappointing. At the end of the game, you just basically fight Azarak and, that witch, character. I can't remember exactly the name of the character, but it was just so unbelievably disappointing at the end parts of the game, which really fell off for me. And that's why I'd place that just okay. But overall, fun game, but I think the its predecessors were better. Now, Space Marines 2. This game, in my opinion, is amazing. Not masterpiece or anything like that, but amazing. I had so much fun playing this with Broly, DB Broly 27. Go check him out on Twitch or on his YouTube channel if you guys haven't already. We had so much fun playing this game. It was so satisfying getting the finishers off whenever we did enough damage to the enemies in the game, the Tyranids and all that. This game was so peak. I think this is my I enjoy this game so much that I put it on my personal favorites on my YouTube homepage. This game is, like, it reminded me of why I love the Warhammer universe so much. The Warhammer universe is so diabolically messed up in the sense of, like, you have all these, like, badass, like, space marines, you have all these badass factions, right? But at the end of the day, it reminds you of, like, oh, the chaos will keep messing you up. Oh, it's inevitable. You're going to eventually, these factions are eventually going to die out anyways. But they remind you of that while also allowing you to be such a badass playing as as the main character. It's so fun. And then like at the end of the game, you just see yourself trying to support the big hoss, right? And I'm just like, bro, like this game was just so manly, so badass. I'd recommend this game to anyone. So like the melee combat was fun. I remember like so often I was trying to always get the perfect parries off, and like I even tried like using different firearms, and I was never really disappointed with this game. It's definitely not masterpiece level, but it's definitely way better than the first Berserker Kazan in my opinion when it comes to action. This game is amazing. Now, Preerial Order. In the previous tier list, I put it in trash, and the reason being is because, again, it's tagged as horror, but in my opinion, it's not horror. But since we're doing a tier list for action games, I'd say this game is just okay, and I'd put it above... No, I put it behind Doom the Dark Ages, and the reason why is because there was a lot of different bosses that was really, really aggravating. Me and Broly literally could not defeat the final boss of this game. And not to mention, there's this one boss, too, that is just such a bullet hell of a boss, and it would always mess with my... it would always mess with my, my color blindness. And it was just, like, not fun a lot of the time. And not to mention, like, it was so unbalanced. Like, I was trying to run a melee build, a dedicated light attack melee build, right? But none of that mattered because a lot of the skills would not scale with the player. Like, whenever you upgraded your weapon, like the little thorny weapon you get, right? Your little rapier, that the rapier itself would upgrade, right? But your abilities that you unlock along the way, they don't scale with the upgrades at all, which felt like it was unbalanced a lot of the time. So actually, since I'm talking about that now, that almost makes me want to put it in trash. This would be the second time I put this in trash. Yeah, no, I put this in trash. No. The more I think about it, there was so many things that I just did not like about this game that overshadowed the things I did like. Yeah, no, that's trash. This game's trash. Yeah, no. This game is bad. The more I think back about the experience me and Broly had, this game was not fun. So, trash. Preerial Order, trash. I don't like it. Aliens Fireteam Elite. I'm going to place this right behind Doom the Dark Ages. This game was just okay, and the reason why I say that is because there were a lot of moments where me and Broly did have fun, but, like, there was some moments where we think we'd actually get to fight the Alien Queen, right, for example, and it just simply turned out that we had to run away. We had to run away from the Alien Queen, which really ruined the experience for me. And then me and Broly eventually played the DLC, and we actually did get to fight the I can't remember what it's called, but the white version of the Alien Queen, or it's an Alien King, I can't remember exactly. We got to fight that. That was fun. But little too late. I looked at the sales that this game made. It did not sell that well for how much development they put into this game. But overall, it was a fun game. It's not something I can really go back and be like, oh wow, I need to play that game again. I feel like if they went for a more of a co-op, story-driven experience, I feel like the experience would have been a lot more fruitful, in my opinion. And I'm sure Broly would agree with me, because they went for a grindy, kind of like RPG style mechanic almost. Not entirely RPG, but like They kind of went for a like gear system. You can like level up a little bit and add like different points into your these like little like augments you can equip and place into these slots. But other than that, like it was kind of mediocre, this game. Nothing to really write home about. I just don't really think this game is that good. It was just okay. Strange Brigade. This game was definitely. I think this game was actually way more enjoyable than Doom the Dark Ages and Fireteam Elite combined, in my opinion. There was a lot of funny moments me and Broly had. I remember specifically trolling him by shooting a boulder on top of his character. I have a short of that actually on my YouTube channel. Check it out. But like, like this game was so fun. It was janky, but it was good jank. And the bosses, like, they weren't amazing, but at the very least, you know what I can say about this game? The bosses in this game stand out way more than any of the bosses in Doom the Dark Ages or Fireteam Elite. This game was actually a fun little co-op game, and I really enjoyed this. Like the Anubis boss fight, it was kind of annoying, but it was like, okay, it's not bad. It was still somewhat enjoyable, and I think the combat was okay. It wasn't bad. It wasn't good, but like. The humor and all that, whenever you got specific kills on specific enemy types or monsters, right? It was very funny. I think this is a pretty fun game. Just to casually play. You want something to casually play with a friend or something, you can definitely hop into this game pretty easily. It has that Left 4 Dead style type of gameplay that I really appreciated. So, that's my placement for a Strange Brigade. Now, Strayblade. This game's worse than Preerial Order. Actually, no. No, it's not. It's not. I actually think Strayblade was a little bit better. The beginning parts of the game was okay and everything, but like, the more and more I unlocked weapons, the more I explored, and the more I fought some of the different bosses and stuff, the more I realized how dull the game got. The game fell off so much. It eventually got to the point where I had to ask you guys about, hey, do you guys want me to finish this game or should I just stop since I'm not having fun with it? I actually legit eventually stopped having fun with this game. And the reason being is because I was getting disappointed with like the lack of like move sets with the different weapons. I remember specifically like I realized, wait, I already unlocked all the weapons? What is this? And I was like, okay, I just want to be done, right? And there was like a boss, I can't remember which one it was. I think it was the bear boss fight. The guardian bear. The hit detection with that boss fight was so unbearable. Haha. To the point where I'd get hit when I'm like 2 meters, like 3 or 4 steps away from said boss, right? And then even when I did try to gain some distance on the boss, like the boss would instantly snap. Like it wouldn't have no animation or anything. It would just snap to me, to the player, and do some cheesy ass damage to me. It was so annoying. I think it was the shield boss fight too. I can't remember his name, but he had a big old shield, and I think he had a hammer or something. He had some really questionable hit detection, too, whenever he attacked me. Like, it was so annoying. I remember one time I was fighting that boss, and I literally got stuck in his shield when I was trying to go in for a light attack combo punish, right? And I got stuck in between his shield and between his groin area. It was so annoying. And it actually killed me. I remember raging, too. Like, it really ticked me off, dude. So that's I place Strayblade in trash. This game is really, really bad, in my opinion. Definitely better than Preerial Order, but, like, this game is dog shit. I wouldn't recommend it. Now, people are going to hate me for the placement for Shadow of the Erdtree. I'm gonna play Shadow Erdtree. I'm gonna play Shadow Erdtree behind the first Berserker Kazan. Now listen, you can send some hate comments if you want to me, but just know that I do not care. And the reason why I placed Shadow Erdtree behind the first Berserker Kazan is because who in the right mind thought it was a good idea to basically make it a priority to have to go explore and search for these erdtree fragments, or whatever they're called, Skydew tree fragments, to meta progress the stats of your character. If you do not have those stats for your character, you better hope you're a god level player with god level skills, because otherwise you're not going to be able to defeat these bosses, or like you're gonna end up struggling to the point where you're just like you're not having fun, right? I also think Consort Redawn was really, really horribly designed. There are so many flashing lights happening that it was actually legit giving me a migraine. It got to the point where I did two or three different streams of me trying to beat Consort Redawn. And let me tell you what. There was even it was so aggravating because I got to Consort Redawn and I'm like doing all these different attempts, right? And then I'm just taking a breather and I'm just thinking like, wait, I didn't really struggle this much with... I didn't struggle all that often with any of the optional bosses. Bosses that I did not have to fight, right? Which you would think would actually be more difficult than Consort Redawn. No. It turns out Consort Redawn is just a cheesy, cheater. Because technically, I've already defeated him. If you guys can't tell, I hate Consort Redawn. But that being said, I think the game overall is amazing. It's not... I didn't have the best of times playing this game. There was a lot of moments, too, where I felt like the open worldness was just, like, not needed, because it felt so empty in some places compared to the base game. I actually think the base game of Elden Ring had, like, a lot more to do compared to the DLC, in my opinion. So that's my placement of Shadow of the Erdtree. It's a mix between the balance of the game, of the DLC, and the fact that I have to go out for these Skydew fragments before I can actually stand a chance against like Consort Redawn and whatnot. Like even Mesmer, by the way. Even Mesmer. I actually had a lot more fun with Mesmer than I did Consort Redawn. I was actually able to beat Mesmer. So, speaking of, I was actually expecting Mesmer to be, the final boss, considering he's on the card art. But that's beside the point. Anyways, Gears of War Reloaded. I think this game was carried by nostalgia. I say it's just okay. Actually, no. I put it behind Strange Brigade. And the reason being is this game is a buggy mess. The AI is so messed up where they will just be sitting around not doing anything. They'll get stuck on some structures in the missions, right? And not to mention, I don't know how they managed to do it, but it feels like even like General ROM, right? It felt like General ROM was bugged or nerfed or something. I don't really know how to describe it, but he felt nerfed. And because me and Broly, we deleted General ROM. And not to mention, there was some moments too where me and Broly was getting bugged. And we got stuck a couple times in some different areas because we got glitched. I remember one moment where Broly went into one of the doorways in a hallway, right? And then I got stuck outside of the door until he got a checkpoint, and then I got teleported back into that hallway where the progression is, right? there's just so much jank in the Gears of War Reloaded that I'm just like, wait, how do they mess up this game? Because if you guys don't know, this game has already been remastered once before. But they do it again and somehow they mess it up. So, oh yeah, and the performance is a little questionable too. So, that's why I placed it underneath Strange Brigade. Gears of War Reloaded is kind of dog shit in my opinion. So yeah, that's my tier list for action games of 2025 that I've done Let's Plays for or game reviews for. If I missed any in 2025, please let me know in the comments below, because I wouldn't be surprised if I did miss any action games that is not on here that I did in 2025, because I am actually recording this at a very late hour right now. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning at midnight right now. So with that being said, guys, if you guys want more content just like this, let me know in the comments below. And make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and make sure to use my affiliate link in the description box below. Catch you guys next time.